Welcome back to episode 2 of the SGA Insider. My name is Senator Skylar Howell, and I'm here with.
Senator Andrea Gaitan.
And once again, this is the SGA Insider. So it's been about a week since we last spoke to you all, so I want to hand the floor over to Senator Gaitan to kind of talk about what she's been up to over this past week, or maybe anything that happened over this past weekend that she would like to share with you all.
Well, this past Friday, we actually had our Student Government Association FYI internship orientation. So, the FYI, that is the first year internship for us. And this is the first time that we actually got to meet all of our interns. We congratulated them, and we've had, I'd say, 21 applications. I'm not necessarily sure how many interns we actually have right now, but we're really excited for it. And you and I are actually mentors.
Yep.
For the first time, and it's been about a year. We both applied spring of 2023. Now we're in fall of 2024. So that is quite a big transition, actually.
Quite a journey. In fact, I saw that you had even done a post on your Senator Instagram where you showed your tag from when you were a intern to now you're a mentor. And so just to see that growth that's happened a little over a year is incredible. And we do have our interns already, so we are very much looking forward to meeting them and helping them learn the ropes about the Student Government Association. And hey, maybe you'll see one of my interns here pretty soon on one of these episodes to speak to you all. Have you gotten to meet your mentor yet? I mean, your intern, I'm sorry.
My intern, yes, we had already scheduled a meeting, and once our interns come in, we do meet with them bi-weekly, and they will also be learning about Robert's Rules of Order, bylaws. They will also be, obviously, just as all students, invited to our Senate meetings. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. Once we were all there in the room, and our SGA executives were actually speaking to them, in terms of the things that they were going to do. I remember being in that position a year ago, and I was speaking with one of the interns that was next to me, and she was telling me, that it is a weird mixture between, having a lot of excitement, but also just a lot of nerves. And I couldn't help but think back to that situation. And in terms of the post that I had made on my senator page, when we both came in for orientation as interns and as mentors, we were given a card that says first year intern and then your name, but this time we got a first year intern and mentor. And I don't have the physical one with me for when I was an intern, but I remember taking a picture of it, so I went back to my camera roll. And even just seeing the side by side, it felt a little, I guess, unreal. So I'm really excited for the mentorship thing. So we're hoping to kind of continue it after the semester, hopefully.
Of course, I plan to actually be a mentor, hopefully for the rest of my SGA career, as you will say. I have a few more semesters left for those who don't know, so I'm very much looking forward to getting the opportunity to continue to build the future leaders of this university. In fact, I also still have my certificate, so when you graduate, you're given a certificate. They have this nice little ceremony for you, and I still have my certificate hung up on the wall. So, every week I look at it, and then now in the position that I'm in right now, it's just kind of funny how everything circles back around. Now, I want to change topics a little bit and ask you, have you seen anything been going around campus this past week? I know this next segment we're going to hit campus updates, but anything right now that stood out to you that you've been seeing happening around campus?
Well, right now, what I have been seeing the most and what students have been asking for is what is going to happen in terms of events within the next month, because I know tomorrow we'll be hitting October, and October, I guess, is one of the more involved months of UTRGV. I know we're probably going to be having an event every single day for both Edinburgh and Brownsville campus, and we'll definitely get more into that in details within the campus updates. Have you seen anything?
Yeah, so I actually got a question on the Facebook group chat regarding the pool tables at the student union. So I'm guessing this student wanted to know what the Student Government Association could do or what they could do to see if they can improve the current condition of the pools tables there at the student union. And for those who don't know, there is absolutely something that you can do. I gave the student the number to the student union to call them and voice their concerns. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that number in case anyone listening has a similar request. It's going to be 956 665 7989. And one more time, that's 956 665 7989. And I also have an email as well in case anyone wanted to reach out to them via email. And that is going to be studentunion@utrgv.edu. What was your take on that question?
I know we were both mentioned within that comment, and the Student Government Association, as they had mentioned in the post, we aim for advocacy. So I would recommend to that student, first off, definitely reach out to the student union, talk about the request, if there's anything that they can do about it. And as far as SJ senators, we can definitely advocate for this as far as putting more pool tables within the student union. So yeah, well, that comment was posted, I believe, yesterday or the day before, so we definitely had time to look at it.
Yes, we did, and I went ahead and I let the student know to give me any updates so I can follow up if needed. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go into a quick music break, and we'll be back with our second segment, which is going to be campus updates and Q&A, where we will answer some of your questions that some of the students here at the university had asked us over the weekend. We'll be right back. And we are back here at the SG Insider, and now we're going to be heading into our second segment, which is going to be campus updates. And I'm going to actually hand the floor over to Senator Andre to kind of give you guys some updates on what's been happening around campus or future events that are taking place this week.
Of course, first I want to give a big congratulations to the Student Parent Success Organization, because as of today, it is official. UTRGV now has a family studying room in the Edinburgh campus, and right now I congratulated them on my senator page. They're going to be located in the library on the second floor, room 2.112 and 2.113, and their description is: looking for a place to study or work with your kids? Visit the UTRGV Family Study Room. The Family Study Room provides a comfortable, welcoming environment where parents can focus on their studies or work while keeping their kids close by. And this is very exciting. The Student Parent Success Organization, for those that don't know, they have been around for only about a year. I was their first vice president, and I'm still in the group chat, and just seeing the growth that this organization has had has been truly wonderful. And I know that they also painted one of the benches outside of the library. So this UTRGV Family Study Room has been in the works for quite a few months now, and actually seeing it come to life and it being a collaboration with the library is very exciting. And hopefully in the future we can also expand to the Brownsville campus. So hopefully in that library we will also be able to have that study room. But yeah, for the very first one, big congratulations to them, truly.
Yes, and I think that's wonderful. It's a wonderful initiative that they went ahead and did here in the university and the campus in Edinburgh. And like you said, hopefully we can go ahead and get that to the Brownsville campus as well. I think that would be very important. Now, I do know you have some updates regarding a Halloween event. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. And so, like I had mentioned, October is going to be pretty packed with a lot of Halloween events. And not just that, I know that Rhythm Night had already started a couple of weeks back. So I know we're going to just get into it. And within the UTRGV students Facebook group, we actually had a student that was recommending a Disney karaoke event. And I don't know if the student union had seen a lot of the comments, but a lot of students were really looking forward to this. So I'm really excited to announce that we're going to have a Disney karaoke night on October 29th, which is on a Tuesday for both Edinburgh and the Brownsville campus. So the first event that we're going to have is going to be on October 1st, which is tomorrow actually. It is going to be Mortal Kombat tournament in the game room at 1 p.m. So
For all my gamers out there, go and test your competition.
So yeah, it's going to be starting October 1st all the way to Halloween. So all the way to the 31st, we're going to have, I'd say, we're going to have 12 events during this month. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of you guys there. I'm really excited to go to these.
The burning question is, are you going to be at the Disney karaoke night?
Of course, I was one of the ones that commented.
Well, what song are you picking? Can we give our listeners a little preview of what you're going to be singing for them?
I will say I will see you guys on the 29th,
There
and you will find out.
There you have it. Tune in to find out. I do want to bring up a very important event coming up here. As SGA senators, it's very important that we let the student body know that we're there for them, and we're there to answer any questions and pretty much be accessible for them. And with that being said, the SJ is actually putting on two events this week called Meet Your SJ Representatives, and that is going to be an opportunity to meet your senators, whether it's from your school or whether it's from your campus. This will be the perfect opportunity to ask any questions you may have, to just meet your SJ senators. I know me and Andrea do our best to be as accessible as we can be to you guys on the Facebook group chat, but for a lot of the other senators that maybe don't have social media, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to meet them and vice versa. And so our first one is going to be tomorrow, actually, October 1st at 12 at the B Main Courtyard in the Brownsville campus. And don't worry, for all my Edinburgh listeners out there, we are also going to be having Meet Your SJ representatives in Edinburgh on Thursday, October 3rd at 12 p.m. at the E-Quad. So it's very important that we split both campuses, and that way, no matter which campus you are currently taking classes in, you will have that opportunity to meet your SGA representative. And I know I'm looking forward to it. I every time I get to interact with a fellow student, especially in the atmosphere of me being a senator, I know it's just really exciting for me. And Andrea, how are you feeling about this upcoming event? Are you excited to meet your fellow students?
I am. This is actually the very first Meet the Representatives we've had on this campus. So this is a brand new event that we are going to be hosting for the Student Government Association. And yeah, it is very exciting. And I'm truly really looking forward to seeing a lot of people in person. I know that with each month goes by, especially for the class of 2020 that are still, having some questions, still looking to navigate campus life, we're always looking forward to speak to them, whether it's going to be in person, through here in the podcast, online, however it is. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's going to be tomorrow as well. It's coming up.
Tomorrow for our Brownsville folks, and then Thursday for our Edinburgh folks, and we're really looking forward to it. And hey, if you guys recognize us, say hi. Don't be a stranger. We would love for the chance to meet you all. Now, UTRGV, it's a whole nother place of its own. It's not like anything else going around in the valley. It has its own unique stuff going on. And so I wanted to ask you, Andrea, have you seen any updates on campus? Any funny stories you want to share, or maybe any questions that you saw pop up in the group chat that you want to take the chance to answer right here for our listeners?
Well, right now, there is a lot of student education abroad opportunities that are coming up. And as a university, having those study abroad programs, they have to let students know several months in advance. I know it is sometimes a bit of an expense burden, so we have to let students know way beyond. And I do want to give this opportunity to students right now by the UTRGV Education Abroad. There is going to be something which is called the Politics in the Mediterranean. It is from June 9th to June 30th of 2025. So this is summer one. I know I'm saying it a lot of months ahead of time, but it is a really exciting opportunity. They are going to be traveling to Cyprus, where it brings students to the Eastern Mediterranean at the edge of Europe and the Middle East. So this is definitely an international one. I'm very excited for it. I know that I am currently looking for a study abroad program to do within the summer. I know it is a little bit hard to kind of calculate how things are going to go several months on end, and especially for those that are planning to take summer 1 classes, summer 2 classes, it is a bit of an adjustment. But if anyone has ever thought to study abroad, especially the incoming students that are within UTRGV, truly, it is a very exciting opportunity. I highly recommend it. I don't know if here my fellow senator has ever considered going studying abroad.
I've considered it, but believe it or not, I have not yet taken a study abroad class. I've always wanted to, but I have a very busy schedule, as you know, and so I haven't had the opportunity. But this one pops out to me right away. I've never gotten the chance to, like I said, attend a study abroad class, but it's not only education you're getting, it's also the culture of wherever you're going to be stationed at. And so I think it's a wonderful opportunity. And I would say for every single student on the university, I would highly recommend to take at least one study abroad class. at least, because by the time you're done with your education and you get a job, things move a little quick. And so this may be the only opportunity you may have to explore the world around you. And who knows, maybe you'll like it there and your interest will change. And for every student that I have talked to that has attended a study abroad class, they said it's changed their whole university experience. And in some cases, it's even kind of changed their perspective on what's been going on around them. Maybe they now they want to move to that country. So it can do a lot of things for you, and I highly recommend it. And if we get any more opportunities that we find out about, we will make sure our listeners here on Vaquero Radio will be aware of the opportunity. And usually it's first come, first serve. So I know you said it's 11 months out, but that's actually great news because now our listeners are going to be able to get the first dibs on it because I do know it is limited.
Right, and there is one more thing I want to mention. I've seen a lot of students ask this recently, and especially now, considering that we are right knocking on midterms door. It is coming up, so students will be out a lot later than usual. They are asking what time the UTRGV library hours are. So I believe it is also within their website, but I'm going to let you guys know as of right now for fall 2024. The library hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. all the way up to midnight. For Friday, it is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I wanted to let you guys know this right now because I know we're going to be having a lot of students staying there during late hours. So yeah, I do want to let you guys know the library hours are all the way up to Sunday. So if you guys need a quiet place to study, the weekends are always going to be available.
Well, that's very important. Thank you for bringing that up. I know students sometimes think that the library isn't open on weekends, but it actually is. And that is because, especially with midterms coming around, the university understands the importance of getting your time in to study. And so, speaking of studying, we're going to go into a quick PSA and music break. And if you need a little 5 minute study break, well, now will be your opportunity. When we come back, we'll actually be going over our legislative agendas. And this is the first time during this series that we're going to talk about this. So I'm really excited. But I'm going to put on a PSA and a music break, and we'll be right back. And we are back here at the SJ Insider. And for the first time during the series, we as senators are going to be going over our own legislative agendas. So, for those of you who don't know, as senators, although yes, we are here to represent the campus and answer any student questions, we also like to be active in writing legislation. There's two types of legislation that is written by senators and students. It's very important to note that students can also write their own legislation. It just has to be sponsored by a senator. But if a student has an idea or something that they want to see get done, they can author their own legislation and present it to the Senate for passage. So I just really wanted to note that. That way, when we're going over our own legislative agendas here in a few seconds, if you have an idea, feel free to reach out and I can definitely help you write the legislation, or me and Andrea are definitely willing to help you out write the legislation. And so with that being said, Andrea, do you have any legislative agendas, or is there any ideas that you would like to see happen in the Student Government Association or at the university that you're currently working on?
Yes, right now, one of my proposals, or I'll say just goals in general, is to help student organizations bring their ideas to campus. And I had elaborated within the campus updates. I had worked with SPSO and our president, Eva de Jesus, to actually advocate for the study room that is now presented today. So that was a successful initiative. And as some people may not know, legislations actually take up a lot of time. And to have these proposals actually become, I guess, physical within that campus actually takes a lot of months. So, for example, this study room, this has been talked about since 2023. So it's been quite a while, and the actual initiatives to actually make it happen has been, I'd say, at least a minimum of 6 months. So as a senator at large, one of the things that I really, really wanted to advocate for is actually helping individual student organizations actually bring their ideas to life. So this was a really exciting project that I got to actually witness, and hopefully there is a lot more of these going forward as senators. Now, I know my fellow senator here has actually written and passed a lot of legislations. So, within these next few months, do you have any more initiatives that you would like to
Oh, I'm
talk
gonna
about?
keep them coming. I don't stop. In fact, we do. For those of you who aren't aware, we do have a Senate meeting this Friday, actually, and I'm hoping that two of my legislation will be presented to the Senate floor and hopefully passed. And one of them is actually going to be this right here, this radio show. Although we are senators, and we have taken the initiative to start our own radio show for the listeners and for the student body to get more information, to get updates, and to get their questions answered. But I would love for this to be an SGA initiative as well. And so this is why I have written a legislation that will see the SGA officially sponsor this radio show so that this radio show won't just be about two senators, it'll be about the entire Student Government Association. I think it would send a really strong message to the student body that the Student Government Association is willing to continue to inform them and keep up with the ever changing technologies and preferences of the student body. And hopefully that will come up this Friday, and I will definitely let you know how that goes this next week. Now, the second one I have that I'm hoping to get presented this Friday is called the Legislative Efficiency Act. And what this will do is this will put a requirement in our rules and procedures that will require legislation that isn't voted on by a committee within 14 days to automatically go to the Senate floor for voting. So just for context, whenever you write a legislation, hopefully one of our listeners will get inspired and write a legislation. First, before it goes to the Senate, it will go into something called a standing committee. Now, here in the Student Government Association, we have four. We have academic, internal affairs, campus life, and community affairs, and financial affairs. And so your legislation will go into one of these committees. Now, the only issue is right now, currently, that there is no stipulation that will force a committee to vote on a legislation. Now, whether they deny it or approve it, that's going to be up to the committee. But as of right now, there's nothing that'll actually force them to make any of those decisions in a decent amount of time. And so what that could potentially lead to is if a student or a senator were to submit a piece of legislation, let's just say today, 4 months from now or 3 months from now, it's possible that this legislation would have still not been voted on. And so what that'll do is that'll delay legislation that might affect the student body. And so this is why I think being efficient with our legislation is very important, because if there's an issue that's time sensitive, if it's not addressed in a time sensitive manner, the issue may not get resolved or maybe even get worse. So that is why with this legislation that I have written, it will put in a stipulation that states that the standing committee, whichever standing committee it goes to, will have to vote within 14 days of receiving that legislation. This will ensure that legislation brought to the student government will be acted on quickly and will be addressed quickly. And I think it's something that's a long time coming, and I'm really excited about it. And I know we have a bunch of senators, other senators that are supporting this bill that I'm trying to create. And hopefully this time next week, I will report to you all that it was passed. And so this is not only for us senators who write legislation, but also for any students who might want their legislation written. If this thing gets passed, you will know that it will be addressed by the student government in a timely manner. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Um, Now, is there anything else, Andrea, that you would like to add?
No, that's pretty much it. And if there is ever a student that actually wants to pass legislation but does not necessarily know how to write it, I would highly recommend speaking to one of our senators. And as I had mentioned, particularly our senator here, Skylar Howell, that has a lot of experience writing legislations. And we have been in the Student Government Association for the same amount of time, actually. And I can say that I may not be exactly as informed as him. So even when I want to talk about legislation, resolutions, actually passing bills, I always know who I'm going to refer to at the end.
And with that being said, we are going to go into a quick PSA and then a music break, and we'll be right back. And we are back. Hopefully, you enjoyed our quick music break for you all. And with that being said, Andrea has some stuff that she would like to let the student body know.
Yes, I do have a disclaimer, and before we proceed, I do want to clarify that the views and opinions expressed here do not necessarily represent those of the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Student Government Association as a whole. While myself and Senator Skylar Howell, here we are, we're sharing our personal insights. I know we had mentioned our experiences within the FYI program. These statements that we're actually saying do not represent and it should not be interpreted as the official positions or endorsements from the Student Government Association. And our discussions here, they reflect individual perspectives and are meant to open dialogue within UTRGV. So I did want to put that out there first, and I wanted to once again give a really big congratulations to the interns that had just made it. And if anyone is looking to speak to any of our interns or seeing their growth and their opportunities, you are able to follow us at SGA First Year Internship Program on Instagram. So their user would be utrgvsga.fyi. And from there, actually, I guess you would say, generation or the first program, which was the spring of 2023 for us, we were the ones that were, I guess, kind of brought up right before. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if you ever want to see our interns or actually seeing their growth and also their graduation back in November, you are able to see them there. Now, is there anything else that you want to clarify or anything that you want to mention?
Actually, I wanted to make an announcement because I also did see this come up in the Facebook group chat. So, a common question asked, I know we have a wonderful rec center here in the Edinburgh campus, and a lot of questions that I get asked are they open during weekends? Actually, they are. So I'm happy to announce they are open during weekends, Saturday only, but it is open from 12 to 7. So if it's a weekend and you haven't got your workout in and you're a little bit worried, I know myself, I do like to work out. If you're like me and it's the weekend and you're a little bit worried, do not worry. The rec center here in Edinburgh is open from 12 to 7. And with that being said, I want to give you a little preview of what's going to be going on this Friday at the Senate meeting. So, like stated earlier, we should be expecting hopefully two pieces of legislation that will be presented to the Senate and hopefully passed. Typically, we also get a guest speaker. No word on who that is yet, but as soon as we get that information, we will let you know and update you guys next week. Usually during the advisors report, there's going to be announcements of upcoming events, and I know me and Andrea are very good at informing you all about those sorts of things, but whenever we get that information from our advisors, we will definitely let you know. And with that being said, I also wanted to give a shout out once again to our Instagrams. That way you all can go ahead and reach us if you have any questions that come up after the show or even before the show and you want to go ahead and ask us a question and you have no way to reach us. Me and Andre took the initiative to make an Instagram account and a Facebook account just so students can reach us at any time during the day when needed. So mine is going to be at Senator_Skyler, and that's SKYLER. So that's Senator_Skyler. And for Andreas, do you want to go ahead and plug yours as well?
Yes, mine is going to be Senator_Andrea Gaitan, and that is the same for both my Instagram page and also my Facebook page. So if you guys are looking for a quick way to contact us individually, this would be the easiest way to do it.
Now, do you want to give a quick reminder about our upcoming events for the Meet Your SJ representatives?
Yes, we do. We actually got a word about 2 hours ago that the Vaquero is going to be joining us there.
Okay, so hey, maybe you don't want to meet me and Andrea, but you want to meet the mascot? That's okay. He'll be there. Make sure to tell him hi. In fact, make sure to tell them that we sent you, and maybe we'll get a little something. We'll see. But yes, and when is that going to be again, Andrea?
Okay, so just a quick reminder, it's going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, October 1st at 12 p.m. It is going to be at the B Main Courtyard. And for those that are in the Edinburgh campus, it is going to be Thursday, October 3rd at 12 p.m. as well, E Quad Decks. So this is going to be an hour-long event, and if anyone else is also excited about the Vaquero, I particularly am excited about it. It was a good reminder for us.
I've met him a lot of times, and every time I get starstruck. He's like the celebrity around campus. With that being said, is there any other events that you would like to get into?
For now, no. I
Oh,
think that's pretty much it.
awesome. So we're going to go ahead and send you into another quick PSA and music break, and then we'll be right back with the outro. And we are back to go ahead and close off this very wonderful episode 2 of the SGA Insider. And once again, I want to just thank every single person that's listening here today, whether it be through the radio in real time or hopefully during the YouTube videos that will come out. And if you all have any questions, you can always reach out to us. I know we gave our Instagram, but we also want to go ahead and give our emails as well, our student emails. That way you all can, one thing I've learned during university life is email is usually your best friend, right? And so I know more than 90% of the time when I'm on my computer, I'm actually just doing emails. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you my email, and then Andrea can go ahead and give you hers. My student email is going to be skylar.howell01 at utrgv.edu. At stu.utrgv.edu, because I'm still a student. And that's going to be spelled SKYLER.HOWELL01 at stu.utrgv.edu. And with that, Andrea, do you want to go ahead and give him yours?
Yeah, mine's going to be andrea.gaitan02 at utrgv.edu. And I know a lot of people have some trouble with my last name, so I'm going to spell it out really quickly. It is going to be Gaytan. And yeah, I'm really excited to continue this podcast, and I'm really excited to be able to meet students because of it. As representatives of the university, one of our big things is to actually advocate, for the students. And is there anything else that you want to bring up?
Yes, actually, I would like to say that we are once again looking very much forward to continuing to interact with you all. And whenever we have an official launch, because I know we're still on our second episode, but we haven't made the announcement on the Facebook group chat yet that we have went ahead and that this initiative is taking place. And I know I'm very much looking forward to it. So anyone that's listening from our first and second episodes, you all can be counted as day ones. So before it blows up, before the official announcement, if there's anyone listening during our first 2 episodes, they really are our day ones. And so we really appreciate you all. And with that being said, we are going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. We will see you next week, and we will have Senate meeting highlights. We'll have more questions that you all want to have answers. We'll have more topics to discuss. We'll have more events to give to you all, and we are very much looking forward to it. And so once again, I am Senator Skyler Howell.
My name is Andrea Gaitan.
And this is the SJ Insider. This is the end of episode 2, and we are going to transition into the next episode.